This group allows me to be able to connect with homeowners, with real estate agents, with lawyers, with other potential clients, and be able to provide data and information for them.
Originating from deep inside the Rocky Mountains, transported through the power of the internet, and arriving inside your tiny earbuds. It's the Appraiser Coach Podcast.
Minisode.
If you're an AMC guy, if you're an AMC gal, this episode is probably not for you. I want to pause here and remind you that we are sponsored by ANOW Software. ANOW is, well, it's everywhere. It's on the cloud. It's on my phone. It's on tablets. It's on my laptop. It's my ability to connect with my office and run my business remotely. Check them out. Go to anow.com. It's anow.com. Folks, I don't know about you, but this idea of not having all of our eggs in one basket, I think, is huge. We deal in this appraisal world with a lot of different opportunities, but most of us, let's just be honest, most of us take advantage of the low-hanging fruit. And the low-hanging fruit, you've heard me talk about it here before, is the AMC world. It's very, do I dare say, easy to get on multiple AMC lists, and that's not a bad thing, folks. That's been my bread and butter for many, many years. But over the last several years, I've made a switch, and I've been building my portfolio, if you will. I've taken some of my eggs out of that AMC basket and put them in other baskets, including the private world. One of the greatest ways to build that world is through real estate agents. And I know there can be sometimes an adversarial relationship when it comes to appraisers versus real estate agents, and we won't get into that today, but there's good reason for that. I mean, let's face it, we both have different motives. Our motive as an appraiser is to be an unbiased third party. Their motivation is to be a salesperson. I mean, that's what they're paid to do. And so it's inevitable that there's going to be some challenges there. But folks, I have found over the years that some of our greatest business can be found by having allies in the real estate agent world, in the sales world, in having those relationships. Well, how do you build those relationships? There's a couple of different ways to do so. Now, there's several ways, but there's two main ways that I focus on. One of them we've talked about before, and we won't go into today, but it is in being before them and performing, if you will, if that's a proper word, presentations, giving presentations that can give education, can help them to understand, answer their questions, can help dispel some of this animosity that might be between appraisers and real estate agents. In fact, I've found success over the years just standing up in front of them and just addressing the elephant in the room and saying, here, I stand before you as the enemy. I have a big target on my chest. Let's go. Start throwing spitwads. Let's deal with what's in the room right now, the angry gorilla that's standing in the corner. And they all have a good laugh, and we get into the questions and answers. You know, what happens when you have a bad appraisal? What happens if you have a low appraisal? What do I need to do as an agent to help my appraiser understand that there's multiple offers on this property, and thus it's worth more than maybe the comps are saying? These are the questions that I've had over the years that I think we've developed a great relationship over and built those relationships in such a way that they know that they can ask any question of me. Well, there's another way to do that as well. And this is not mutually exclusive. There's not just one way to build those relationships and to network with these agents. But one of the ways that I have found, and by the way, hats off to my mastermind group. For years ago, when my mastermind first started, Matt in my Salt Lake team shared with me an idea that he was doing that he had great success with, and I stole it. I plagiarized it. No apologies. Actually, I asked his permission first. But that's what that mastermind is all about. It's about sharing ideas. It's about growing together. And one of the things that he put together was a Facebook group. I want to tell you about that Facebook group and what it does for me and what it will do for you if you put together something similar when we get back from the break. I want to first remind you that we are sponsored by ANOW Software, talking about efficiencies and growing your business and networking. Folks, ANOW will help you keep track of all of those contacts as clients in their client tab. There's so many things that ANOW will do for you, and this is one of the things that's great about ANOW is keeping track of everything that's going on in your business, all of those relationships, and how to get in contact with the individuals that you've built those relationships over the years with. That's what ANOW will do for you, in addition to keeping track of your analytics, keeping track of your appraisals, and what's rolling through your office to really be on top of it as a business owner. ANOW will help you to do that. It's anow.com. Again, it's anow.com. Folks, I've been doing mastermind groups for, 5 years now. And years ago, a good friend of mine, a mastermind student from the beginning, Matt, in my Salt Lake group, shared with me an idea that I thought was fabulous. And I've used it, and I know other mastermind group members have done the same, and we've all found great success. And that is a group, a Facebook group. Now, groups are different, as you know, than pages. They're different than business listings. They're different, obviously, than your personal page as well. Groups are your opportunity to connect people together. And one of the ways that we do that here at Appraisal Precision, again, hats off to Matt for this idea, is a group called Ask the Appraiser. This group allows me to be able to connect with homeowners, with real estate agents, with lawyers, with other potential clients, and be able to provide data and information for them. Now, I don't connect with other appraisers there for obvious reasons. I want to be the expert. I want to be the person on that group that when an agent comes and says, hey, what about this price per square foot thing? I've got several homes here that are, X amount, and I just had an appraisal done, and he didn't come in anywhere near the cost per square foot. Well, that gives me an opportunity as the local expert to be able to share with that agent and, of course, with others that are on that page. It's a semi-public page, if you will. You've got to be a member of the group to belong. But if you have a question, then it is likely that others will have questions as well. But that gives me an opportunity to do the two things that I've touted over and over and over again on this microphone, that you need to be known and you need to be known as the expert. Both of those things can be accomplished very well with a Facebook page. Folks, just on, Thursday, I was out doing an appraisal. I met an agent at the property. Excellent agent, by the way. Very, very respectful. Yes, he had comps, quote unquote comps, but very respectful. And what a great connection we made. And he said to me on the way out, I'm a little embarrassed that I didn't bring it up. He said to me on the way out, boy, it'd be nice to have a place where I could just connect with you and just, you've been so knowledgeable, so forthright in your answers today. I would love to be able to connect with you on another level. And I said, well, I happen to have the thing. And I sent him the link to my Ask the Appraiser Facebook page literally 5 minutes ago, right before I came on the podcast. In fact, it's what prompted this podcast. He signed up. I allowed him into the group, and now we are connected and can answer and ask those questions together. Folks, if you're not utilizing social media, if you're not utilizing Facebook specifically with groups, consider it. Remember, you can spend probably your whole career working for AMCs. And again, that's been a great source of income, and I don't knock that at all. But there is another way to pull business in your direction, and it can be with personal appraisals through Facebook groups such as Ask the Appraiser. Thank you for joining me today. Oh, by the way, folks, I should mention, if you're interested in these great groups, I mentioned them earlier, these Dream Team Mastermind groups meeting across the country, including one that's online. We actually have an online meeting that meets every 3 months, and of course we meet every day online, but we officially meet every 3 months. If you want to be involved in that and want to grow your business to the next level, I invite you to go to my website, theappraisercoach.com, click on memberships for more information.
You've been listening to the Appraiser Coach podcast with Dustin Harris. If you like what you hear, please give us a 5-star rating and post a short review on iTunes. For more in-depth insider information on how you can make more money as a real estate appraiser, visit theappraisercoach.com and sign up for the All-Star team today. Thanks for joining us. And now, get out there and create some value.